Everybody, it's Mark T, and yes, this is my very first video of 2016. Yeah, I've been kind of lazy. Anyways, I just finished watching the Boruto movie, which I'll admit really is not my alley. Not to say that I'll never review anime movies, it's just I haven't even seen Naruto the last movie. But you know what? You don't really need to have seen that to understand what's going on in this movie, especially if you've kept up with the manga and everything. Let me just put, before I start this review, there are going to be spoilers. So, if you don't want this movie spoiled for you, turn off the video right now. So, let's get started. So essentially this video, the movie starts off with Boruto and his two friends. Well, one is Sarada, the daughter of Sasuke, and I cannot remember what his name is. It's Mitsuki? Sorry, I don't know. Who is actually the son of Orochimaru, which, you know, big surprise there, really. I mean, Orochimaru, really wouldn't call him a good guy, but he was helpful in the last ninja war, so yeah. And this movie starts out with them on their very first mission. Well, not their very first mission. I assume it's probably they've been doing missions before, but their mission, the first mission that we get to see, and their mission is reminiscent of basically the way that both Konohamaru's first mission was, as well as Naruto's first mission, which is capturing a cat, except this time it's a panda, or is it a bear? They constantly argue about this throughout the movie. I mean, there are panda bears, right? So, thing. Also, just before this part happened, we also see Sasuke having a fight between this guy that can summon chakra weapons, and it's very heated battle, and we can see how far Sasuke's gotten compared to the end of the Naruto manga. And that's all well and good. So essentially this movie focuses on a lot of stuff, you know, like very diversified, but the main crux of the movie is focusing on Boruto's very terrible relationship with his father, because his father's Hokage, and being a Hokage is a very busy job that takes a lot of time. But here's my problem when it comes to that dynamic of this movie. Why is Naruto such a bad father? I can accept that maybe Boruto is being a brat because his father's not there, but unlike Naruto, he's not trying to get people's respect. People respect Boruto anyways, because he's the Hokage's son. But also, he just wants his dad's attention, just like any kid wants. Except, he has a super awesome mom and sister with him, too. You know, so that's all well and good. But that's essentially the main focus of this movie. Later on, we see that the Chunin exams are beginning, and we also see that Boruto actually has no interest in becoming Hokage, which is very different from his father. So after a few hurt feelings and stuff, we get to Naruto's daughter's birthday. I believe her name is Himiwari. Sorry if that's all. He's just... Sorry. It looks terrible right now. So, anyways, is that better? Yeah, hopefully. Anyways, so it's Himiwari's birthday, and we see that Naruto has finally appeared. Sorry, 1 second, everybody. What the hell? Alright, sorry. So we see that Naruto has finally appeared for the birthday party. They're all celebrating and all cheers and stuff, until it turns out that Naruto actually sent a shadow clone, which makes Boruto pissed. So he's about to go knock his father out, but then he gets told by his mom that at least he has a father, compared to the way Naruto was raised, where his father is non-existent. So eventually, we see Boruto run into Sasuke for the very first time. I believe it was the very first time. And instantly he's starstruck. He's like, man, that guy is so cool! Clearly he does not know his history of being kind of a dick, synonymously. And eventually, he ends up wanting to be trained by Sasuke. And Sasuke gives him one choice, that he will take him on as a disciple if he's able to master the Rasengan. Also, in between all these moments, we also have a new scientific invention, which basically allows you to use miniaturized scrolls to use jutsu without taking any chakra from yourself, which the scientist that created it wants to be used in the Chunin exam that's coming up. Naruto says no, because that is no good. And I understand perfectly, because, to be honest, the Chunin exam is about how far you can go with your own limits. Using these inventions would be a cheap way of victory, and honestly, while it would be even for everyone to use one, it's just not that fun. We get a few looks at some of our friends' children, and we also see that Shikamaru and Sai are the ones running the Chunin exam now. So stuff happens, this and that, and blah 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 blah, and eventually it reaches the point where Boruto feels he can't master the Rasengan without cheating. So he gets one of those inventions, straps it to his wrist, and starts winning the Chunin exams. And it's just, yeah, you know what's going to happen. It's a lie revealed. So during the last part of the Chunin exam, like the one-on-one matches, we find out that Naruto finds out that Boruto has been cheating, takes away his headband, and is royally pissed, which he has every reason to be. After that, though, the main plot starts slamming in again, and we see the main villains of this movie. Let me just say right now that the main villains really, they're not that villainous as possibly you can see it. Like, they're just not very villainous. I mean, they appear in the opening of the movie, and then they appear closer to the end, and then there's an ending fight, and that's all well and good, but they are not menacing. We never even get a concept of what they're aiming for. The most we can see is that they're going after Jinchuriki to take the demon tail beast chakra out of them so that they can be all energized and stuff. But it never gets to a point where it's explained. It's just, these guys are doing this stuff for some reason. Also, Killer Bee might be dead, which, let me just say, that fucking sucks if he is. I hope he's not, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. So, we have the final confrontation. They end up kidnapping Naruto, and all the Kages plus Sasuke and Boruto have to team up and take the villains down. And they take them down, they do, in a very big and flashy way. And just like as every Naruto movie has to, Boruto takes down the main villain with his super awesome gigantic Rasengan. Also, what's introduced is Boruto's regular Rasengan, made by cheating, is basically a small ball that he can just throw that disappears but also has a major impact because it's invisible and no one can see it. And let me just say I prefer the regular Rasengan that you actually have to hit the person with, because it's kind of boring to just throw a Rasengan. It makes it a lot less interesting. Anyway, they take down the villain with the giant Rasengan thanks to the combined power of Naruto and Boruto, and everything gets settled nice and fine. Naruto and Boruto get to make up, and things get back to normal. And honestly, this makes me kind of happy, because, to be honest, like, I was worried that as it was mentioned before, there is going to be a Boruto anime and manga that's planned out, and I was worried that that's essentially that's all that would be about, just Boruto being all pissy with his dad and everything getting shitty. I'm happy that they made up and that they've gone past that, because if that was everything that was gonna pop up in the damn anime, I'd just be fucking bored. So yeah, that happens. Something that's actually pretty interesting about this is the fact that even at the end of the movie, it's like Boruto still doesn't want to become Hokage. He wants to be the one that protects Sarada, Sasuke's daughter, as I mentioned before. And that's just very interesting. But I also like his thought process of it, because not to say that the son or children of Hokage are highly likely to become Hokage. I'm not going to say that. But it's good to pave out your own path. Naruto wanted to become Hokage because it's something he thought would give him respect. But Boruto wants Sarada to become Hokage, and he'll protect her. It's pretty clear relationship is going to develop from that point. And basically, that's it. So, yeah, sorry I spoiled the shit out of this movie for you, but I put spoilers before the thing, so if you didn't heed my warning, then that sucks for you. I'm also going to put it in the title. Anyways, that's it for now, and happy 2016. Later.